Hello and good evening and welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Good evening,
Hi.
everyone.
For those looking at the screen currently, you may notice that it says Stargazers meme recap session 36 because that's what we're going to start with. But
Pretty much.
first
Do we not
announcements.
announcements? Yeah.
First, hello, this is Stargazers, aka Arkona's accounts, on Monday, because it's not Friday right now. But don't worry, we will also be here on Friday.
4 streams
As
in a
always,
week.
I am your host, Amber. And these are my bees. I don't have any announcements, but Mark does. It's his birthday today.
I was like, I don't recall
Surprise.
anything besides it's my birthday. Hi, guys. I'm 24 now. Yay. But outside of that, the only announcement is that we will be having the Saturday game next week. And then for 2 weeks, we will not, at least. Not
What
sure
about
if it
this
might be
week?
longer. This week we will. That's what I just
Okay.
said.
No, you said
then
for next week, but it's Monday, so
okay, yeah.
that's
This week it is. Next week it's not, and the
Alright.
week after that it's not either because I'm on vacation. However, we're excited. I'm not sure if I'm trying to think if Aphium's conjunction is going to be there because I don't know. It's really up to Siri and how they're feeling. Outside of that, there's some amazing stuff in the works behind the scenes. Stay tuned for that. You'll see it when it comes out. And that's about it. Also, follow all our stuff: YouTube, Twitch, everything else. Yes.
Alright. In that case, we are going to start this session. As you can hear, I'm still a little bit sick, so my apologies in advance. We're going to start this session with a recap given by the birthday boy himself.
By me. So welcome everyone to Stargazers meme recap. Like you might remember, the last session started off where we were facing a dwarf that turned into a werewolf. So before he turned, it looked like this. And then after, it turned out to be pretty actually damn hot. We actually have that clip as well, so you know, hot werewolf time. Yes. However, that turned into Zarius trying to intimidate said werewolf. Um, now, Zarius is pretty good at being scary, but he also is not at the same time. So that turned into a quite a long standoff while Vittorio, I always said Vincent because that's the last name I heard, but while Vittorio and Delphine had their own standoff with a big dire wolf-sized creature. I can go next slide. This is the standoff. However, luckily for Zarius and Vittorio, this werewolf was intimidated, at least to some extent, and backed off without harming Delphine, which his original goal was. With that, Zarius sighed of relief because he was terrified, and we actually found another wolf. So now we have Red Eyes of the Loud Water, Dark Paws Under a Moonlit Sky, Silver Nose in Wet Grass, and the new one called Summer Coat Dances in the Winter Fields. We decided to help this wolf. It was wounded and left behind by its clan. And yeah, Zarius and Vittorio and Delphine safely continued their way out. Continue their way out of the out of Grafendam. While Tokas, meanwhile, with Ebb, went to the Grey Prince their cave. And for some reason, I really can't remember why, but for some reason, Tokas, or well, Gabe, just forgot the entire layout of the cave. Like, didn't remember it. That's why you see this.
Reason is that I wasn't there.
Yes.
You've been there before, right?
Yeah,
I've
Tokas has
been
been
in
here.
front of the Grey Prince. I've
Yes.
never seen rest.
Yeah, he never was there when we first explored it.
Okay.
But yes.
Well, however, Tokas and Ab discussed some religion and more. Something that came to pass a long time. That's why this meme is there. Tokas is not very much into a lot of religion, and we keep meeting gods. So there you go.
You met
However,
one.
we met one, but we've also met entities that are like, you know, hot damn, and we've seen the effects of God.
Perhaps.
But during this time, where basically Ebb, Tokas, and at some point Amon, basically discussed the past, Amon's past, but also Ebb's religion, and during that time, well, Ebb eventually
I don't
accepted
have
Amon.
religion. I just
Well-
live in my family.
Yeah, that is religion, to the extent that you do, in my opinion. But we go further. Where is it? Where Ebb kind of had to face Tokas and Amon. Well, we can go one further than this. Had to face, well, their truth. This is a meme provided by Lupus, by the way. The last couple of memes have been. So, not just my memes. Even though it
I'm
is a
not my
truth.
character.
Yeah. Even though it is a truth that Ebb sometimes finds conflicting. Eventually, we also find out for Tokas that the curse he had definitely wasn't a curse. It wasn't something we've ever really faced before, so we don't know how to remove it. Hopefully, we know soon. And yeah, it ended with this meme.
The eyes of my body work.
Courtesy of yours, truly.
Yeah, courtesy of Lupus. And then this is the last one, also by Lupus. Here, after this one, you can go next. Yeah, this one. Because everyone hates specific elves, apparently. I mean, humans hate everything. To be
Marks
fair.
you.
What? No, what? No.
What?
But that is about what we did last session in a meme way. There you go. And I have to quickly call my dad back because I think he was calling me to congratulate me, so give me a moment.
Thank you for that wonderful recap.
Yeah, Mark, thank you very much.
All right. In that case, we can proceed on with the ongoings of the Stargazers. Whoop. And there's one Stargazer who hasn't been doing much of anything as of late. It's Lawrence.
That is me. I'm Lawrence.
Tell me, Lawrence. What is it that you were planning on doing?
I was thinking of working on my tan, honestly.
Oh, I see.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah. I keep offering Vasily to join me, but he keeps making these weird sounds and then perishing on the floor.
Hmm.
Damn. But I plan, for real, to work on my tan a little bit by leaving Blackclaw. For a little bit of time. To go and check up on a certain temple. When I was back in Novostoya, before we started streaming, I made a commitment to the high priest there. One of 5, I believe, high priests of the dominant religion in Etharis, that I would go and check up on a particular temple that has stopped sending their tithes and has pretty much cut off all communication, to see what is up, and effectively just report what's happening there, and probably gonna try and, because Lawrence wants to make an impression, probably gonna try and let's just say convince them to stop paying their tithes. However that ends up. Yeah. Anywho. So I'm gonna go there with Vasily, and we're gonna go check it out. give him a little umbrella, and we'll set off. I also spent some time with my dad. That was nice. Apparently, my dad knows how to use a sword, and that's something I don't know how to do. So he's been teaching me how to swing a sword, and that's been going well. Just been talking, spending time with him. Also been talking to Caster, because he's gonna leave to the north sooner rather than later.
He is.
Yeah.
It's quite possible that he might have already left by the time that you return, depending on how long you take.
It's true. I will give him a goodbye as a... How do I say? I'll give him like a half goodbye of like, I will see you later. I believe I already RP'd this with you.
Well, we did.
Yes.
We did so 2 sessions ago.
It's been that long.
Has it truly been that long? Alright.
How many days do I have on my training, by the way?
When did you begin?
When the party started doing the... Whenever we sat down to basically say, okay, this is how we're going to divide up the next period of time. I know we have it written out in text, but...
You mean your 10-day of downtime?
Oh, okay, 10 days, perfect.
No, I'm asking.
Yes.
You have like maybe like 1.5 or 2 days have passed, like you haven't done anything yet. You've
Okay.
literally only been hanging out around the Enclave since the festival.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it would have been after the festival, then.
I presume so.
Okay. Yeah. I can do my downtime before and after. Or after.
Mm,
But I'm not in a rush to get it done, per se.
I don't have the exact... I would have to go through all of my notes to go over dates.
It's okay. We can work it out
Yeah.
afterwards. But however much time I spend, I'll spend that time with my dad learning sword, spending time with Vasily, Caster as well. I'm just generally being back in the Enclave for a little bit. And I'll also go say hello to my lifelong elven companion. Once or twice.
Alright.
If she is around. I know she does a bit of delving. Else? I think I need to go talk to... Varys, could you remind me, was I supposed to go talk to Balon? Or was I going to leave that to other people and go do church things?
I mean, that is...
I think we hand wave the Balon talk.
Nope. We still have not hand waved that.
We have not.
Okay.
Well,
Then it's off to
me
Balon.
and yeah, me and Ab are gonna be in the mountain anyways.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Amber, is it okay for me to have this Balon talk, or...
You want to go all by yourself, then you can do that. If everybody else is out.
If everyone else is out, I will go talk to Balon then. I'll bring Vasily along because he's a noble with politicals. He could back me up.
What do you want me to do?
Is it too
I
much
don't
to
see
ask
why
for a
you
bit of
need...
emotional support?
No, you are talking. You are talking about me as though I am like my background is going to have any use or sway in you telling the bald man that he needed to look after a
Bald man,
place.
really, Vasily?
Really?
Vasily looks
That's
away.
so he's free? Really?
Can we go on horseback? I don't want to walk.
If your
Outside,
horse will
not.
take me.
You have your own horse. Why you need to also use my horse?
I don't. Wait, do you mean like to the church, or do you mean to Balon?
I do not wish.
Vasily, it's like literally just over there. It's like 500 meters.
I meant outside. What is wrong with you?
Well, we're talking about Balon. Like, well, we can talk about church afterwards, but like, one thing at a time, all right? I know you're very excited to go outside and play in the sun,
No.
but, Laura says, smile on his face. But, I need to go speak to Balon first. And then once I'm done, and let the others know, we can head out. Okay?
Drugs. Lawrence.
Lawrence will extend his hand towards Vasily, as if like a, come I'm going to take you to the bald man now. Can accept or reject.
I'm going to take you to the doctor now.
There's a moment of like contemplation on his face, but he takes your hand.
Lawrence will take Vasily to the bald man.
All right. You make your way over to Arvax's fangs. The interlocked round-walled compound where Balon usually resides. Gleaming in the light of Starsong Tower. Starsong Tower is the bleached bone white skeleton. A strange creature. That same shark with legs that belay.
Give it a pat. Knock on the door. Three times. Firm. And strong.
The common house is always open,
And I
and there will
walk
be
inside.
no servant to open the door for you.
Yep.
But you may walk inside.
I knock as a pre-warn.
Mm-hmm. You can immediately see opening before you the large open common area where rows upon rows of tables are lined up. People having breakfast or having, their various discussions over and about.
Oh, I thought this was Balon's house.
No, it's
Oh,
it's a
right.
common house.
Yes. Okay.
But he has an apartment. Give me a second.
Officer below. Blech.
The Balon indeed has an apartment in the common house.
Alright, in that case, I will... If Balon is not in the... I will go there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will thrice. Strong.
The two of you meander over there. Your mind lingers for a moment on a little rumor that it's like one of those things that just does the rounds around the Enclave. There are many legends, tales. Some fact, some fiction. Some just the spruced up version of the truth. some people who believe that Balon actually has a secret staircase in his apartment, and that it leads down to a vault beneath the Enclave, where he hides treasures and dangers from the past years.
Man. Dwarf moment, just because he's a fucking dwarf. Bet he hides his beard down there.
That could very well be.
If I was a beardless dwarf, I would hide my beard down there. Goblins can't, when you get captured or killed, the sanctity of your beard will be preserved for all time.
Is that where he hides his beard? You think to yourself as you make it over to his apartment.
Oh, can I get a drink?
If you were to go to the if you were to make your way over to the kitchen and you had something to prepare, then yes,
Yes.
you
I
could.
get 3 drinks. Me, one for Vasily, and one for Balon. Then I go there.
Alright, just subtract some copper from me.
Done.
So you burst into Balon's room, ale in hand. Vasily rejects the ale because
I tell him he just needs
it's
to
below.
hold it.
Alright, he will hold it. He holds the ale. And just like kind of sheepishly looks at you.
Tell him this is the way. That's what my nod says. And then I knock 3 times, and if he says come in, I will enter.
He does so. See Balon sitting in his large carved wooden chair. Probably mushroom wood. Or perhaps imported. He is currently bent over a large tome on the desk. One of many that line the walls of his front room. Which is kind of like a, yes, I receive guests here, but it's also my office. And also it leads further into my actual apartment in the back, but...
I approach the desk,
Lawrence,
place the ale down in front of him. Ale
morning to you too.
and a bright one at that.
I don't believe you're here to share an ale with me.
I am, but that is whether you would like the good news or the bad news first. Lawrence says, taking a seat.
Balon puts the ale down, sighs, his shoulders deflate, and he rubs a hand across his gleaming head. Alright,
Takes a
spit out.
sippy. And then puts his ale down. How much do you know about Corva Volok?
I know a thing or two.
Lawrence pulls out a blade with a broken hilt. I found her sword and her resting place. It's the good news.
His eyes narrow. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
I saw it brigand Essentag. As the sunblade appears.
His eyebrows raise, wrinkling, sending ripples across his head, and they meet in the middle.
Otherwise known as the sun will reveal it. The implication being the truth, or I guess the literal translation is the sun will bring it today. Tag. As it deflates Balon's shoulder. Would you like to look it over?
I know better than to pick up just any weapon.
And rightly so. Lawrence will place it on his lap, within view, so Balon can kind of like just look at it without touching it.
Balon closes his tome. You know, she trained with dwarves for 4 years before they invaded the mountain.
I did not know.
Who else and who
Perhaps.
better knows how to fight in tunnels? Just these.
Wouldn't put it past the halflings. Teach her that.
I'm afraid you'd spend too much time in the kitchen. Too much of your money on rations.
Lawrence takes a big sippy, wiping the foam from his brow. He says, I agree with you on that one. I've only recently begun learning how to use this swords and I guess not exactly bring us there, but to spit it out. There was something else that we found when we found resting. And that was a group of people that had been taking care of it and what was there for generations. They hidden in this recluse part of the mountain, protected with all manner of wards, traps, and tended for generation after generation to a resting place, but also what was trapped there. Now, how much do you know about
About.
Sorry, DM, I was just reading your DM.
Don't worry.
Train of thought shattered. Oh fuck, what was her title? What was her full title?
Lady.
How much? Yes. How much do you know, Lady Death, the Archmage of Necromancy, the Ebon?
Can you repeat that? The evil syndicate? What?
Mage is the Black Star. Lawrence says Ebon. Mages of the Black Star. The Archmage of Necromancy. Philia.
Not a thing. It's Jace's specialty, not mine. I just know it's trouble, and I don't want nothing to do with it.
I agree with you.
I'm surprised you went to the Citadel.
So that's it. Wait, does he know about the? What do you mean by citadel?
He sort of like turns around in his chair and he points in like at least a semi-western direction. He says, "The Citadel, nah?"
Lawrence, like, kind of picks up his big old map pack off the floor, places it down on
Are you
the
not
desk in front of his
saying?
tome,
Are you
like,
saying that Corva rests somewhere else?
wait,
If I remember off the top of my head, she died in the Citadel and nobody could retrieve her remains.
here. Lawrence eventually finds the spot on the map.
An eyebrows, he looks up on it. Alright, that's somewhere else.
Aye. Don't worry, we were just as surprised. The keepers that were safeguarding this place believed that they had imprisoned a grandmother hag by the name of Lady Bloodstone, and that this grandmother hag was some great darkness, evil, and it was their lot to basically prevent her from escaping. However, it seems that they were misled. Because what they actually had inside that insane contraption was the Archmage Vampire Lord, Cavillia.
I'm gonna have to take your word for all of this, Lawrence.
I know. And my word is my promise. But right now, the information I'm telling you because it is the truth to the best of my knowledge. I've done what I can to cross-validate it, but this isn't the kind of information that can be looked up, really. And
Have you tried Jace?
I figured it would be best to come to you first. And, well, I don't know if you were at the festival, but she and Tokas are a little busy. Clears his throat.
I would advise you to seek out your counsel either way.
Of course.
What can I do for you?
Well, the keepers are dead. There was a cult, is a cult of some kind of dark power that was seeking out this place. And, well, they were not normal, Balon. They looked like us, so like you and me and Vasily, but they weren't like us. Their leader was, you would kill him, and then one of the other cultists would just twist and crack and break and become him. And this repeated until we got every one of them. But anyway, they killed all the Hearthkeepers here, and I used magic to commune with the spirits of the Hearthkeepers and discovered that they had let them in because they had deceived their way inside, basically, and then killed them all. And they were rummaging through the place to try to find information about these people. When we confronted them about what they did, they busted the seal on the huge prison in the center of this temple. Over here, Lawrence is again at the map. And that's when we saw her. Kind of like fidgets nervously with the sunlight.
Uh-huh.
Corvillia.
Balon's jaw is tightening. I see.
Let's just say it was a very troubling encounter. But we did manage to throw her back inside the chamber before Tokas repaired the seal.
You lot grabbed an archmage vampire and put it in a cell.
We put it back in a cell. Lawrence is quick to correct. I mean, you know mages, right? They're not very strong, normally. But Vittorio is a big guy, and he was...
Vampire, though.
Yeah,
It's like, this
but he
doesn't
was-
count.
Yeah, but he was juiced up on, like, magic. Like, he's a
Balon's
big guy,
begun
Balon.
drinking, and he's not stopped drinking. Vasily's still holding the mug in his hand.
It's
Awkwardly.
just like while Lawrence is explaining, like it's like he was juiced up on magic, but he's a big guy, Balon. But like he was twice his size. He was like 16 foot tall and grabbed a hold of her. 16 foot tall grabs a vampire. I'm sorry, but they're 16 foot tall. How? Not much you can really do. Oh, turn into a mist or whatever. Vittorio did a good job. And yeah, if it would be a second sooner, he might have lost that hand. But luckily, Tokas has a hat the size of his brain, so you know, it worked out in the end. Lawrence says, passing Vasily's drink to Balon.
Balon has finished his drink. When I began this endeavor, many years ago, I knew that we would face hardship. That we would face difficult times. Challenges. But now you tell me that there's an archmage in a prison, just sitting there.
I know she was never caught, like the Mind Dancer.
Like the Mind Dancer. Aye, but we know the Mind Dancer's still out there. You get to see his tower every now and again.
That is true. Actually, I totally forgotten about that. About him. Lawrence begins.
So, anyways, he might be back.
As I quickly go to check my notes to find that prophetic vision. Where is he? Tokas, Tokas is a diviner, as you know. And
Aye.
he gets glimpses of the future, sometimes pretty accurate ones. But you know, he can't tell me what I'm gonna have for breakfast tomorrow, even though it's the same thing I have every day. So
Uh-huh.
He did receive a vision when we got close to the place that he was going to get, like, if she was released, she would return him to the world, and then we'd have 2 archmages to deal with. And that guy's, from what I understand, much worse than her.
He begins drinking the second drink.
Now, we actually got to have a conversation with her before Vittorio.
Ah, so she was weak, and she allowed herself to be put back into the prison, and then she was also willing to make a conversation.
Well, let's
Mhm.
just say she didn't want us to put her back inside. But through this very tense,
She also did not stop you
she
by,
did
using the magics of a, what did you call her? A spellcaster of the necromantic arts?
I think she did necrotize Vittorio a bit.
Oh, she did necrotize him a little bit.
And
Alright.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, just a bit. But also, we were in this anti-magic chamber type thing. So it was very hard to use magic.
But Vittorio was 16 feet tall.
Yes, but that's an alchemical potion, so that's different, I guess.
Right, of course. How could I have been so stupid?
Yeah, Balon, I don't know how magic works. Okay, it just...
I need another drink. He says, pulling a
And
bottle from
obviously in
the
the
pulling a bottle from the desk drawer.
Lawrence will, like,
An amber
take a
liquid
sip back,
swirling
and
inside.
as he takes a sip back, he looks at Vasily like, this is going well. So, now here is where we kind of ended up having... Yeah, okay, so we had this conversation with her while it was pretty much all weapons drawn, like, she's in the prison thing that has just opened up, and we're all there with our, like, swords and arms, and I've got this blade in my hand, and
The blade of magic, yes.
this blade of magic, yes,
Uh-huh.
and, we're pointing at it threateningly at her, and she is kind of, like, looking around like, oh, I've just been woken up. What's all this, then? And she's also, like, oozing, like, black slime from, like, all her orifices. And anyway, yeah, we have this conversation while Tokas is in the back tinkering with the seal, trying to fix it. And we're just trying to hold her in place, pretty much, without physically holding her. And then she makes her move, right? And then, of course, that's when Vittorio is like, yeah. Lawrence makes like a Superman flying gesture. Punch.
Alright, before we continue,
Alright.
what is it that you want from me, Lawrence?
There's the third. The third thing is that apparently the Shadow Steel is some ginormous singular hive mind like entity that is like slowly waking up, and she has the power and her responsibility within the mages of the Black Star was to basically get the Shadow Steel to go to sleep and just keep it asleep.
All right.
Yeah, so in the indeterminate future, the Shadow Steel is gonna wake up and destroy the world or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't really know that one for sure, but yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so Vittorio has basically asked me to come here and tell you all this with the intention that some people from the Enclave go and basically make sure this seal does not detonate, and she get out and wake up the
What
mine
about
down
the
here.
Shadow Steel, Lawrence?
Large shrugs. Between Prophecy of Doom and Lady that's going to wake up the guy that's going to put everyone into an illusional track while we all work ourselves to the bone, both options are terrible.
I talked to Audra and Jace. They're like... Just leave your notes here. I will talk to them.
Got it. And where to find us? Oh, also someone's coming to kill Tokas. So in the next 5 weeks we might need to run out the mountain.
Melon blinks.
Not the kind of person anyone can reasonably fight. So we're running. But
Any other things that you would like to drop on my, on my good old heart while you're at it?
I mean, no. Okay, actually, there's one thing.
Balon's jaw is set in stone at this point, Lawrence. He does not look amused.
Damn, I really wanted to ask him if he does keep his beard in his basement.
Or if he did look amused.
We're looking into Corvillia, and we should get enough information to corroborate that Shadow Steel story in the next couple of days.
Who is looking into Corvillia?
An expert on her that apparently came here some time ago, specifically with the intention of looking into her and.
But not
Shadow
Jace.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Balon. I leave the big, world-ending, magic, hive mind, prophecy shenanigans to the diviner. But I think he's told Jace about it. Or at least in some limited capacity. But it was important to talk to you first.
Balon dies. You can go.
I thought you said Bellon dies.
Lawrence nods.
Just like that.
I can't
He
deal with this
dies.
anymore.
You know where to
I'm
find
gonna go
us.
to heaven now. Bye.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking dead.
He just, I mean, hey, he can just decide when he wants to lay down and die.
Oh my god.
That was dwarvish.
And thanks for the fun at the festival. Scuttle away.
Alright, Lawrence, you leave. We were gonna start with something else, but we spent an hour on you now, so we're gonna go to someone else.
I'm sorry.
Do not apologize.
I apologize right
Don't
now.
go to anyone else. I want this entire session. Just
No.
fair enough.
My DM told me no. Can this campaign be salvaged?
No.
Alright, I guess Vittorio Zarius
That's me.
Yes.
I'm one of that part. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you could find your other half, that would be great.
I definitely would not call Mark my other half, but sure.
It's kind of mean.
Star-crossed lovers.
I have pink Mark.
Enemies to lovers. That's always how it goes.
Whatever you say, I don't care.
Well, we still haven't heard what Mark says about the subject.
Consent is important. Then again, the wheels of the fandom will do what they will.
The fandom. Carmen is the fandom.
That is true.
Pretty much.
7-person fandom couldn't hold me back.
Graffendam, my old friend.
How old?
Oreo, what is it that you seek?
What is it that I see? Well, did we arrive in one piece, I suppose?
You left the mountain, yeah.
Okay. And were we gonna stop by the Arch Druid first? Was that the plan? I think so, because that's presumably we were,
On the other side of
Delphine.
Graffendam, it's not you can't really stop there first. You have to go through the city.
Oh, you have to go. Okay, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was literally the opposite. Okay, that is also fine.
Nope.
Very well. Well, I guess that changes a little bit, but that is fine. Vittoria specifically, I have a couple of stops I need to make, but I also need to find Eric. And I don't know exactly which noble family he is in the employ of.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I'm gonna do once we get to the gates is I guess I'll make a little whistle and see if I get a reply. As I'll take the medallion and blow a single short whistle to make my presence known. But hey, for all I know, he's inside somewhere and won't hear it. But hey.
For a while, there was a reply.
Oh. They have our rough direction.
Hey, hello.
Oh,
I'm
hold
here.
on.
Graffendam is huge.
Yes. It is huge. I can make a check.
Somewhere in the somewhere north of you when you come from the south.
Somewhere north of us when we come from the south. Okay.
Yeah.
How many whistles did I get back?
None.
A short one.
So what did I miss? Okay.
Well, it is now us. We have arrived at Graffendam.
Okay. And we were looking for the druid, right?
Well, apparently the druid is on the opposite side. I thought that the forest was, on the way, but it is.
In the north of Graffendam, where
Yes.
it has always been.
Yes. Well,
There you go.
I was not aware of this, but that is fine.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I mean we can move on north. Victoria is trying to find Eric while we are within Graffendam itself as well. And he got a whistle reply up north, so might as well move in that direction.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure. Especially, we're gonna have to walk around the city anyway because we have 3 wolves with us.
Haha.
Yeah, We're
Yes.
gonna have to go around the eastern side.
Right. Yeah, because you can't go like this because there's water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of because we have to go off the path, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we need to move. I don't want to say quietly, but at least we just need to go as fast as possible because I don't want people to be like, "Oh, these people are wolves, wild people, fucking murder them."
Oh,
I don't think anyone's gonna do that, but you know.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zaris is gonna just try to go as fast as possible. Still the same day, right, as we left.
I take an entire day to get there.
Yeah, but it's more. I don't have my spell slots back from.
Unless you guys have arrested. No.
No, it's all good. I thought that would be the case.
All right.
Okay, no, we move around then. That's gonna take a fucking shitload of time,
Definitely takes some time, yeah.
right?
Right. You can cross over the crossing of 1,000 lanterns.
Mm.
I'm just gonna like as I stand there, I'm gonna take a look into the city, just like this, like
Mm-hmm.
take a moment in, and then
I assume the Dreamlander camp is no longer here.
Yeah, it's been going for a while.
Okay.
yeah.
Just double check.
Started peering out over the river. You can see the water calmly flowing by. There's a couple of ships floating about, and some people walking around on the boulevard or drinking on terraces
So I was just kind of
on
like,
the
this, like
waterside.
I miss this a lot, but we need to continue. I'm just kind of breathes in the fresher air. And like, let's go.
I'm sure we can have a vacation at some point when we're done.
Victoria, who are you kidding? When we're done is in like 5 years. That doesn't really sound like enticing.
No, so you just want to not have a vacation after 5
No,
years? All right, I'll remember that.
Yeah, but that's really not as an enticing thought as you make it sound.
Hmm.
I'd like to have a vacation, but I'd like to have it a lot sooner than 5 years.
What's a vacation? It's Delphine.
It's
Uh,
when you go like don't have to work or like hunt. You use money that you saved up before.
yeah.
But when I'm with you guys, I'm on vacation.
Yeah, kind of. But more normally, you don't do the fighting and the scouting and the almost dying. Just go to like a relaxing place, like go in the water, relax.
But you're scared of water.
Well, yeah, but unless it's like if it's knee deep, where I can't drown in it, then I'm not afraid of the water.
Delphine looks over the bridge. Okay.
But let's go up.
Yeah. Also, depending on how you look at it, this little time, well, at least for you, looks at Delphine. When we're gonna be in the forest, well, I suppose that can be a sort of vacation.
I guess. And so you passed by Gildriat's Rest, the widest gate of the city. This
Open.
crossroad is busy. The cobblestones are literally worn down and pushed into the muddy grounds from how often it sees foot traffic. There's multiple carts moving in and out at the same time as you try to cross, which is making most of the animals that you're traveling with very uneasy.
Just follow my lead.
I'm gonna need an animal handling check.
Could I make that a persuasion check by first? I want to say ritual casting, speak with animal.
I mean,
You want to take
You
I
want to
just
take
realized.
10 minutes?
No, I also realized it doesn't actually matter. I'm as good as both of them. But I think you're proficient, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're a little better at it than I am.
Yeah, I mean, I can give it a try.
Yeah.
Don't remember. I think Delphine is also proficient, right?
Delphina's expertise.
Well, there you go. Technically, she's even better, but
She's most assuredly very good at animal handling
Yeah.
wolves. Yes.
yes, this is very true. But I will ask her to help in the sense of like she's like, all right, can you just try and get my point across a little bit better than I can on my own. Oh, I thought. Okay, well I did disable roll automation, but it still asked me.
Pretty good roll. Pretty good roll.
18. As Vittorio is basically just he's there looking at these wolves and they're trying to keep eye contact, switching between them, and it's basically like, all right, just follow after one by one. Gonna be just fine. You can go after Delphine. She'll go after me. Make sure the carts won't cause too much trouble. All right. Just stay low and do what Delphine does.
They are literally moving around at like the greatest possible distance that they can from people,
Mm-hmm.
with their tail tucked between their legs. But you manage to pull them through and past this point of people. Some people are evidently stopping their carts to stare. Others tell you to get the hell out of the way.
Look at him. You get the hell out of the way.
But you make it through and past. And after that, it is pretty wide open farmland with the occasional shrubbery with some trees. And in the distance, housing. Until you get to the Deadwoods.
Is this where the druid was hiding? In these woods?
Well, that's what I assume, and I'm hoping for based on what Toka said.
Can I see if there's any druidic signs? Like with druidic? The language?
Sure, you can have a look around.
Yeah, I'd like to see if there's any like go here if you want to meet the Archer sign. That's not what I mean, but you get what I mean.
And whatever you roll for this, but you will see that nearly all of the trees here are these tall, pale birch trees.
That's
And
right.
all of them have little wooden signs
What do they say?
on them. Let me pull them out real quick. Do, 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 do. Not this one. It is. Okay. Each sign is unique. You find such signs that say Leonor Ludwig,
Leonor Ludwig.
Engelbert Fischer,
Leonor Ludwig. Which one was the last one?
Engelbert Fischer,
Engelbert Fish. I definitely can write his name right. Anything else?
Magdalene Weiss, Kathe Klein, Rudi Grosse, Jakob Kruger, Anke Straub. They appear to be names.
Oh no. We're in a graveyard. I should have read that from the Deadwood Cemetery.
Thesarius. Dead people. Dead people.
Zarius looks like, well, these are names. Each tree is a dead person. Or I think.
Each tree is a dead person, or
Well,
each
it's like
they planted a tree and
I don't know their culture. There's names on each of these trees, which I assume correlates to an individual buried beneath the tree.
I suppose that makes sense.
Maybe I just need to say is like, Zarius, can I look for signs that there's been that I don't want to say druidic signs, but that individuals have passed through here? Maybe even powerful individuals with witch sight. If that makes any sense. Like, I know I'm looking for a druid. That means powerful magic.
You can survival, or you can make an attempt at which side, but you know,
I mean, I'll survive. It makes more sense.
right?
Oh,
Nope.
I was gonna say if you said something I could assist, but
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. I mean, sorry. Like,
I was like, oh, I don't need any help.
well,
But you will find some foot traffic in the area. It all seems to either lead away or return to the same direction.
and I assume that direction is based on here to the Temple of the Dead forward or back.
Yeah, you will find the Temple of the Dead if you're to follow that.
Yeah, I mean that. Let's go there. I feel like that is the only place I really think we can go to find this individual. Sorry, Strahd said it's probably like fucking dusk.
It is most
Pichora's
assuredly.
gonna make another whistle from this location. I will. I guess. Yeah, I guess it's still just one short.
Okay, you will get one short one back from the south.
Wow! Imagine.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's just in the city.
I mean, yes.
Well, Delphine, hopefully we'll find that druid here so we can play there with the wolves. Oh, wait, no, you can't. Oh. Well, you can, but it's just a bit there.
What do you?
Do you not remember what the
Okay.
guy said? Literally right in the cave. I know it's an archdruid, but also, yeah, just let's. Still love this one.
All right. You make your way over to the temple, which is, I mean, it is literally just a featureless block that has small windows and very small entrances on various sides. There appears to be a couple of people who are cloaked in black. And in the last dying rays, you can see that their faces have been painted white. Who appear to be tending to some smaller birch trees or saplings near the base of the structure.
Oh,
You can see that one or two of them notice you.
sorry. I don't want to say it displays his scythe in active like forwardness, but if they turn the blade back, like I put it down. Uh, we're looking for something called an arch druid. I'm a fellow druid myself, and we might need some help.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Said,
Out of the group, one individual strides forward in your direction. They become taller and taller as they get closer. It's almost like their size it doesn't seem to decrease but only increase as they step towards you, until eventually a person who is at least as tall as you, Zarius, stands a couple of
Hi.
feet away.
hello.
Peering out from under their dark hood is an almost equally dark face. And there's these two. You initially thought it might be horns that are like poking out of the side of the hood, but now they kind of just look like fuzzy ears. They also have a very pink looking nose, as though they've been punched in the face.
Hi, I'm Zarius. This is Vittorio, that is Delphine. And then Zarius just looks at the wolves. Me opens that is dark paws in the moonlit sky, that is red eyes of the loud water, that is silver nose in the wet grass, and that summer coat dances in the winter fields.
The whole individual furrows his brow as though he takes in everything with careful consideration. My name is Kalos.
Meet you, Kalos? Would you happen to know or are the archdruid of this circle?
Yes, I believe her name was Tarabella.
Sarabella. Oh.
Arabella. Hmm. Hmm. I feel like the name rings a bell.
Really? Really?
He stares out into the woods. His ears twitch. After a while, he seems to realize that you're still there. She must be out there somewhere.
In these woods?
Hmm. Beyond our woods.
Beyond. Oh, that is a problem.
Amber, I look up at the sky. How late is it?
It's gone dark.
It's like nighttime.
Like, yeah, that is a bit problematic.
Yeah, really? Look. Can't leave her alone.
I don't suppose that that you might that you might know a little more precise location.
Hmm.
Amber, as we're standing here, are there any kind of donation boxes here? I assume we're at
No,
the...
there's only trees around you.
Okay. Very well. I don't think I have any... No, I don't have any seeds of that kind on me.
Oh, oh. Well, we're looking. What do we do, Vittorio?
Well, even if it's 3 of us, I don't really fancy us just strolling through the wood blindly in the middle of the night. Well, if and he looks towards this man, like, well, if it is all right, would we be able to take rest nearby here for the night?
His ears twitch again, and you see that same, like, crease in his brow. Don't light any fires, please. Don't disturb the trees. I believe that is all.
Just lays down, like on his back for a moment, just looking up, and is like, "Can't believe I went from a cave to the forest." Cyrus laughs to himself a bit.
Torio will nods towards the man first, and he's like, "All right, appreciated. I'll be sure to not light any fires or disturb the trees." And looks at Zarius. He's like, "Well, at least there's stars in the sky. Let's
I haven't seen those.
yeah, let's find a nice spot. We'll start unpacking his bedroll."
He's back. It's cold as. Sorry, says as he's very clearly not brought his bedroll.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria is like, you didn't bring your bedroll. We were going to possibly stay out in the forest.
I'm sorry, I have forgot it. I thought, oh, I could go like in a tavern or something like that, and I forgot that I was going to possibly sleep out. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm
You
just
can
gonna...
use my bedroll.
No, Delphine, you can use your bed.
I don't want to go to sleep
Why not?
because I want to go out.
What do you mean out?
She looks at the forest.
You're not
Out.
going by yourself, Delphine. Do not remember the werewolves that attacked us? They were coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
We need to protect you, because if they do come for we can't be somewhere.
Well, we know that particular bastard hangs around the Battermus ruins mostly. I don't know if you've asked your new friend Delphine anything about him.
No,
Hmm.
I thought that would be rude.
Mhm. I suppose it would also be good to know. Look, at least for tonight, just try and get some rest, and then once we're actually at this druid, I can see about just just existing, okay?
Mm.
I know what Delphine. To some extent, I know what you feel. I think I'll do. How much we can do. Dora, let's take 12 hours, 12-hour rest. Well, no, not a 12 hour. Be a. Well, no, it would be a 12-hour rest. Sorry.
Yeah, we need to keep watch.
You do the first two, I do the second two.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, good night. I'm gonna sleep first. Whatever I can. So it's just like lays onto the ground. And Delphine, we stay here. Alright?
Delphine looks at you and then at the wolves, which are like stretching out and getting ready
No.
to leave. Yes.
Delphine, stay here for the night, and I'll promise I'll try to go with you one sometime.
Denied.
As a wolf, not as me.
He makes a sign. Like sits down demurely, pulls the
Disgusted.
cloak around her shoulder.
Mhm.
So it's like, cold ground. How I missed this. And then Cyrus like just closes.
Oh.
Goes to sleep.
Yeah. Amber, Victoria will give Delphine a slow but heavy pat on the head. As he's like, look, as I said, once we get the druid, we can try and figure out some fun stuff to do. All right. I still have things I need to do in town. Need to see what I can figure out about helping Tokas. I need to look into a thing or two, but that's a bit of a surprise. But I'll make sure that I'll make sure we can do something while we're in the forest. Okay.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there's not any full moons coming up, but yeah.
Hmm.
Wow, did you just me?
Yeah. Delphine is looking out into the forest.
I see. I mean, Visual will start taking his watch, and as long as Delphine is awake, we'll try and talk with her.
Very well. As you guys have your chat, the 28th comes to an end for you. Okas, what is it that you're going to be doing?
What am I gonna do?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
believe it was research. That is, if we spend a downtime, or if people spend a downtime outside.
Hey, what are you researching?
Oh, well, I am not too sure which one of these
Oh.
two topics I was thinking about, but
Uh-huh.
one of them is, without a doubt, Gravilia. So I can start with that.
Friends will definitely come and tell you about his conversation with Balon. In fact, tell the party when he can. But since we're both in the mountain,
You are not, because you left.
yeah, I left. But after the conversation,
Oh, yes.
and that Balon's gonna talk to Jace, and yeah. So good luck. BRB in a few days.
And so,
What do
anyways,
you want to research about Corvillia on top of the thing that you already asked me? With your question.
That is a good question. Probably what I guess folklore. We know what happened, we know what she did, and we know all that happened. My biggest doubt that I want to try and solve with this sort of research is that she's supposed to be in a vault with all her vampire spawns, her vampire champion Thrax, and as Lauren said, Korra Volok was not supposed to die there. So what is this cell place? What is this thing? And where is, the actual cell, the actual vault of Corvelia located? I'd like to try and dig deeper into that matter, because information is not combined well.
Alright. We're gonna take a quick break then for me to get a drink.
Oh,
And
sure.
hopefully everyone else to get a drink.
Very well.
Stay hydrated, kids.
You, in the meantime, can subtract your money for researching and maintaining a lifestyle.
Dies.
Death style.
Okay, guys, researching is not that expensive. Haha, be right back.
How much does it cost?
Well, what is it? It's either 50 or 25 per.
You're crazy.
No, research is expensive if you're doing like actual research.
Why am I wasting my money like this?
Well, I mean, you say that, but also I have the faintest of inklings of fears that when I go to Eric and I'm like, hey, I would like to know about / maybe get my hands on this supposed cure for Blackstone.
Pay me 2 billion money.
No, not that. I think Amber might literally say, okay, it's carousing with high class.
Let's go, charisma carousing.
Charisma carousing and 200 GP.
It's in the name, it's in the game.
And Lawrence is out of commission, so you're on your own.
In the game.
Yep.
What was it that I needed to research now that...
And this is why
I
we
can
are in
think
a
of
cave of Graffendam, where everything is expensive as fuck.
Yeah. As for research, I don't know. What do you have written down? Because you got some stuff when you use your super duper charm. You got like that information. I guess. I mean, because we're gonna get the research paper, the letter, by the end of this week, I think. Or well, not by the end of this week, by the end of this 10-day. If, we've calculated it roughly correct. And that should supposedly have additional information. Maybe about the vault location and that stuff.
Let's see.
I guess you can just, try and figure out what the connection is between her and Shadow Steel, if that is actually... Yeah. It's tricky, because since you used the charm, you know that this information is...
Oh, that's also... Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah, you kind of know that the information is truthful, but we also kind of need to make sense of it.
Yeah. I mean, sense, I'm not really sure what sense we need to give to it. But I remembered that I also need to look into Skavens for Blackstone poisoning.
Yeah.
And
that is actually a very good
that
thing to do.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, if you do that, and then once we actually have the additional research packet with the letter, and hopefully people are back in Blackhole, we can try and dig into that as well. Man, where is Eric? It's a very good question.
Gone from the face of Earth.
No, he's just somewhere in the northern part of the city.
Just gotta go around screaming his name.
That's not really that
Or
great.
shouting with a whistle.
Yes.
Yeah, shouting with a whistle.
That also works. Shouting with the whistle, also known as whistling the whistle. Actually, no, blowing the whistle. There you go. Thank you, brain. Because, yeah, the things I need to do in Grafendam is, find Eric. Check on the whole... yes, rich people like to snort Blackstone, and then they take some...
Ayo?
Some medication for that, and everything is fine, and they don't fucking mutate.
This is my lore.
I mean, no, literally. Amber has literally said it's canonical. They snort Blackstone powder, and then they just they have meds to counteract that stuff.
Meds.
I know.
Yeah.
Gang.
Man,
Gang.
I do love just getting
Drugs.
Just taking.
You love drugs?
Counter drugs to the drugs I take to not get the downsides.
Exactly.
But then you have to take drugs for the counter drugs because they also have downsides.
Yeah.
But what is the downside to that?
This is how you get
Addiction.
cyberpsychosis.
If you think about it, this is how David went.
But,
Cybernetics are the counter drugs to life, and then just fucking morphine is the counter drugs to cyberware.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys about my friend who's literally doing this for his masters?
He's getting cybered up.
No, he's designing cybernetics.
No.
Damn,
Not said that.
absolutely rad.
That is
Yeah.
Tell him to hit me up when he's done so I can test him out.
Basically, it all started in high school when we played Deus Ex, and he got really into it. And I mean really into it. Like I never asked for this. Like just regularly quoting Deus Ex.
Now hold on a moment.
And so it was like, man, I love Deus Ex, man. It's just, I love it. But it's like none of the mechanics, none of anything actually about Deus Ex, just about cybernetics.
Cyber
the
enhancements.
Oh my god.
story, literally that is him because he went to his like first lecture. He told me he went to his first lecture, and he was like the lecturer was giving him like a what was doing his lecture, and he was like, do you have any questions about the course before we start off? And his first question was, are we going to be looking into cyber enhancement? And he was immediately told, no, we're only looking for like basically prosthetics, effectively.
Leaves.
We can rebuild.
Like, I don't know what the lecturer said exactly, but apparently it was embarrassing, and he got shut down so incredibly quickly.
Hello,
but-
I'm back.
I'll quickly finish up the story then. But now that he's doing the master's program, he said that he went into a specific lecturer's like study, and then says, "Hi, I would like to study under you for my master's, or I would like to do it on this." And the lecturer said, "I knew from the first day that you walked in and you asked that question, you would come to me." And it was like, okay. Let's calm down a bit. So now he's doing that, and he says it's going splendid.
That is good.
Bless.
Which I don't know is good or
Alright.
bad, but hey, it's what it is.
In that case, we can continue.
Zoom.
Zoom indeed. Alright. Lucas, how much money are you spending?
Base amount, because sadly I am not filthy rich.
50 gold pieces, that is.
Exploded.
50. Actually, 60. Because we need to live as well.
There you go.
Living is underrated, you know.
I mean, you don't have to live
Yes.
if you would like.
Toka's researching about his blackstone poisoning, and then he's like, so anyway, I'm gonna live in squalor now.
Yes, 60 gold pieces, please.
Death.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright,
All
make
right.
me your roll.
The roll. That's what is it? An int?
Flat intelligence.
So flat. I shall expend 1 inspiration.
Now the question is, does he get any bonuses for interactions with the nice librarian?
Good point. Good point.
Does he?
Do I?
No, every interaction that you've made, I've awarded you guys appropriately.
Fair enough.
Damn. I don't feel appropriately rewarded.
Bribing Odra with some gifts and money, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. All right. I'll accept that verdict. Let's go.
I mean,
Is that good?
That's.
Why are
pretty
you
good.
rolling with advantage?
I
He used
expended an inspiration.
You don't get to roll inspiration on this.
Okay. Then it's still a 23.
Yeah, because it's an 18. Yeah. 1823.
You can have the inspiration back because you don't get that on this.
All right. Even more win.
All right. Yep. Blackstone. Mm-hmm. All right. There's a couple of things about Blackstone. And
Nice.
mutations. Where's my fucking book? Do 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 do. No, 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 no. There we go. It's under the B of book.
They turned Blackstone into a book.
Pretty much.
And you're touching it with your bare hands.
I've been doing
Wait,
it since
that's
day
bare
one.
hands.
No, wait, fish hands?
No, this is not the one. Nope, nope, nope. Huh. Materials. No, this one. This is not it. All right. Blackstone, also known as Witchstone, the ever-burning stone or change stone, holds tremendous transmutatory and alchemical power. As you know, in its unrefined form, it almost emits a blackness, appearing to swallow all the light from its surroundings, almost creating patches of darkness that often obfuscate its true shape. But despite this, it somehow still emits a greenish sheen or glow. No. Intensity, intensity, intensity. Ah, yes, there we go. The first piece of lore that you come to learn is that in Blacklaw, there's a scale of intensity from faint to deadly. And in Blackclaw, although warpstone is as rare as anywhere, it can be found in moderate intensities. If you enter such an area, corruption will be anywhere that you look. You'll immediately begin to notice by the air having a coppery taste and a gloominess hanging over the entire cavern, tunnel. Mutated creatures roam this land, which will show advanced signs of corruption. More so than they would from Shadow Steel. Which makes it kind of hard to determine what their initial species actually was. In these places you will find warpstone, blackstone, close to the surface. Some of them may even be exposed here and there. The second thing that you come to learn is the name of your affliction. One of the worst effects of raw chaos and dissolution is a malady known as warp touch. Touch of the witch mark, the ever-burning brand. Even if your insides are not corrupted, your flesh will literally collapse under the unbearable weight of corruption and become infused with the raw power of change. Once the first mutation takes hold, the creature that once was will face inevitable dissolution of their mind and will, and become something less than mortal. But then also in a way, more than mortal. In fact, described within these texts are that the only fate that awaits nearly all surviving mutants is to become a warp spawn. A gibbering abomination that exists only to spread its own corruption. This affliction spreads in stages, sometimes short, sometimes it can drag out over the span of weeks or months, but always inevitably reaching the same conclusion. Death. Or worse.
Nice.
Third piece of lore. The only thing that can cure you of this affliction. Magic of the tier of lesser restoration or similar cannot cure. Warp touch. Only magic. Oh my god, which tier is this again? This is a high tier of magic. Yes, it is. Only the 6th tier spell Heal is powerful enough to erase every last shred of corruption from the flesh. A creature that has become a warp spawn can only be saved with a 9th tier wish. Creatures that are already constructs, or, no longer of the living, are immune to the effects. There is a naturally occurring cure that grows by water sources that are tainted by blackstone but simultaneously also encased in obsidian. A very, very rare mix of two materials that only occurs in a few places in the world. Those are your three pieces.
Nice. I'll ask you if you have them in written form, because I haven't really been able to follow all of that.
I don't at this time. No.
I
I have
have
everything in my book.
I have taken
Alright.
notes as well. I will send them to you, Gabe.
Thank you.
I need 2 con saves from you for the first 2 days that the guys are away.
What you mean by that?
Toka's just fucking mutating like in an accelerated form because he now has the knowledge that will happen.
Hearing the knowledge.
There you go.
Let's see. All right. By day 2, the pain on your back has increased and the black and blue spot is beginning to feel like it is growing like a lump.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness gracious. If I could stop coughing every 12 seconds, that would be great.
Also,
Alright.
the last piece of lore, which was that there's a naturally occurring cure that something grows near tainted water sources that are also encased in obsidian.
Yes.
Is the
It's a
cure
place where both obsidian and warpstone come together.
so? It's
And that's
almost
a cure, or that's just something?
there's something
It's
that
a cure.
a cure.
It cannot remove traces of corruption that are already there. It simply stops further mutations from manifesting.
Okay. And when you say encased in obsidian, is that the water source is also encased in obsidian, or the cure that grows is encased in obsidian?
No, I said it grows near water where both obsidian and warpstone meet.
Okay. I don't know where I got the encased from then.
Toka's just reading a book, looking at his body actively changing.
Nice.
Hmm.
Time for me to begin documenting my own journey.
Whoop whoop.
Hi guys, welcome to my tutorial on how to become a warp spawn. Day 1.
warp spawn, speedrun any percent.
So anyway, in this precarious situation of your lives, you're going to notice certain changes to your body.
So what I'm hearing is Tokus is just fucked. Like,
Yes.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? My god. What now? What's next? There is still...
I think Tokas needs to pass along his gene seed before he turns into a...
I don't know about that, man.
If only his gene seed didn't look like baby Skavens right now.
yeah.
Oh shit, what up? I don't want scavelings. Gnomelings.
Imagine
I
we had a
signed up
village
for
with Tokas
gnomelings.
too.
I explicitly asked for them. Alright.
Relaxel and Sal. Alan Alistina's child doesn't look like either of them.
What?
Hmm.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to back up.
Hell has certain
Just
instincts.
another bird! It's a phoenix!
Oh,
No, it's an egg.
Did we finally find something for Delphine? Or did we not?
What? I did. What do you mean?
Or no, never mind. Never mind. My brain is all over the place. Sorry.
it's all good.
Deep fried.
Lawrence, are you and Vasily traveling on horseback?
Yeah, travel on horseback. Vasily
Are you
doesn't
taking a
want
horse or are you gonna share a horse?
I'm happy to share a horse, but I can also take one. I mean, we might as well. Actually, I'll let him on his horse, and then, yeah, I imagine he would like riding on his horse by himself.
Okay, what horse are you taking?
I pulling up the art. Click on R tracks and I go straight to Mandra. So
What?
I'll take R tracks.
Very well.
Black,
The more flighty
white.
of the two. Pardon me. In that case, you and Vasily set out towards
Pastor a hug before I go.
the caster will place a hand on your back and he will say that you will see each other again.
Well, if you're saying so, it must be true. Off we go.
Alright. And so you set out towards Astoria once more. To Vagwall. A small town on the marshy edge of an offshoot of one of the many rivers that cleaves the land. What do you know about Vagwall, Vasily? Oh, look at you! As you are pitter-pattering down the road. Unfortunately at night initially, because Vasily will refuse to go
During the day.
will refuse to go during the day.
Do I have one of those tents I can keep him in? Like when it is day?
You can take a tent, but you're going into Astoria, which is the only reason he was willing to go, because it'll be overcast there.
Oh, okay.
Where did the thing go? Rumor, no. It is. There we go. Okay. Mm, after a while of cutting down the roads of the mountain slopes, and you're slowly starting to descend back down into the area where there's pine trees and kind of the overcastness, the clouds of Astoria. Vasily pipes up and says, I have a vague recollection of this place called Vagwall. I think it's how you call. They have a great industry in clay. They bring it down the river and ship it further down to some of the other settlements.
Hmm. That's so.
Mm-hmm. One among which, Volpescu. But also Fallowheart. There was something about it. Letters on the desk.
Good time. I'm glad I have such a guide with me to take me through Astoria.
It was like a little yes, that's me. Shrug. If I recall correctly, they had a problem with their undead, that they were not acting the way they should. But as far as I know, we have never had a problem with them. And the problem should also be taken care of.
Like, as in the undead, like the people that were conscripted from the undead that were conscripted from this place?
Correct. Just the way things are. They get up, they die. They get put in the ground, or not in the ground. Sometimes they just lay there on the soil. They get back up, and they go to where they should be going. It is simply the way things are.
Perhaps it might be another case of intelligent undead.
Problematic, but I would like to think he does not speak the name. I would like to think the problem should be taken care of.
Think. Don't worry, Vasily. I'm sure we won't run into her or any of her minions. Well, that we'll get there. Find the problem is something that can be resolved with some simple words, and then we can head back into the light.
I liked it up until that last part.
I know. Lord says, smile on his face as he rides ahead.
He nods.
Is there anything else that would cause undead to not go to their prescribed area? Like some kind of interference, maybe?
A disturbance in the magic itself. Be that naturally occurring or unnaturally, you know.
Looks up
There's
the
always
giant-
a necromancer who think that he should do, you know, what he should not. Or...
Lawrence looks up Black Claw in the distance. The big fucking antenna that like covers everywhere from miles around.
Yep.
Perhaps Black Claw has something to do with that.
Perhaps it is so.
Monsters do gather around it, move towards it, mutating as they go.
A disturbing and gross idea. I can only imagine. Did we willingly go to this mountain?
Was something pulling us there? Ooh, Lawrence
Scrunched up his nose.
gazes.
If we follow this river, it will go to a river delta? Is this what you call it?
Probably. Describe it.
It will link up to the fallow. That is a big river that will take us to Fallow Heart.
And I think it will.
Wesley nods.
You think we'll be camping out in the woods tonight, or
Would you like to camp in the woods?
I think it'll be best to get there as soon as we can. The sooner we're in civilization, the sooner we avoid potentially anything nasty out here. Not that people can be much better.
I see. In that case, why don't you get off your horse, get on back of my horse, and take it easy for a couple hours before we keep going, yes? I don't want to keeling over before we get to this little shithole.
How astute. You noticing that I barely know how to ride this horse.
That and that you also require to close your eyes and enter a state of unconsciousness for several hours every night.
You noticed? I thought I was getting quite good at it too.
Kind of hard to miss when you spend a third of your day being unconscious. I really don't know how you get anything done at all.
Thors gives Vasily a look as you know what I'm going to say,
One
right?
thing I do not miss about like all of that.
Sleeping.
Yes.
I don't get much sleep, but it has been getting better over time. Maybe because I have a guardian angel. Both literally and literally. So it's mentally referring to Castor and how Vasily is always watching him while he sleeps.
Pretty much. Right. You can plod on through the night. Vesely will keep watch. Eventually, you will find the river speeding up and then slowing down as the land begins to even out a bit. And also broadening as you are reaching the delta. Now, on one side of you, there lies the... double check. Ah, yes. A bog. It is, a peat bog. And on the other is a sort of hilly terrain. While in the distance, small little lights burn over tall stone walls. Quite characteristic of Astoria, a low, tenderly mist, a fog curls around the feet of your horses as they plod along. I'm gonna put you on a map. It's not exactly the map of, because, well, yes, I will share with you the map of later, but it will give you like a little bit of the Astorian idea again,
You do not own any token with vision in this scene.
Do not worry, I will remove the vision requirements. There we go.
Unbound. What?
There's some rain. Now, where's my...
Looks lovely. Pity one of the bridges is broken.
I share a little picture of like kind of what the area looks like. Sort of. Here you go. You have the like boggy delta area on one side, the little village slash town there on the corner, and then some hills as well.
Okay. Are we riding in from the north?
You're indeed riding in from the north.
Alright. And this structure over here on our right. Or at least do I see anything that looks like a church? Coming in immediately.
Don't worry too much about this map.
Okay. In that
As
case,
the actual structure is a huge walled compound. At the center of it, you do see a more like higher up area, like evidently put on a taller place to be safe from water at all times. And there stand some pretty large buildings that may be a church.
okay.
There only appears to be one gate, one entrance on this side. And sitting on your place behind Vasily on Mondra, who's probably complaining the entire way. You know, leading Artrex along, you can tell that Artrex is beginning to get, like, nervous, a little bit, like, jittery.
Oh, I'll
Their ears are
hop,
flicking back and forth.
I'll hop onto him and assure him everything is okay.
Animal handling, please.
Um, 17.
Alright. Very well. There's still a bit of a huff and a puff in their breath, and their ears still flick back and forth, but it doesn't look like your horse is about to run away at any point, like, you know, immediately. The drop of a hat.
I keep her calm. And, we'll move with Vasily up to the gate, doing a check around to see if there's any I don't know if there's perhaps some kind of procedure for it, or is this I stand at the gate and I yell up.
You can make a perception check if you would like. Where's the person that I'm looking for?
Ooh, 23.
Alright. Lawrence, you peer through the darkness and the fogginess at the slightly, like, dimly lit top of the wall. And you can see humanoid shapes at the top of said wall. Standing neatly, row by row, perfectly straight. Though none of them appear to have noticed you or are acknowledging you.
I will call up. Actually, sure. I stop before I call up. I'm like, Vasily, how do I say? What's an appropriate greeting in Estonian?
Vasily's pinkish eyes cast up at the sky.
Open the
He scans the
door
wall
and
as
I'll
well.
suck your blood of everything. I'll suck you dry, you fucking inbred commoner.
He looks at you from his horse and then at the wall again. He begins his conversation with "Salute!" and then begins to like shout up some words in Estonian, some of which like sound a little bit like familiar, but others make no sense whatsoever. There's no response from the wall. But after a few moments, one of the shapes on the wall begins to almost mechanically, in a very jittery manner, move. And it disappears out of sight. Vasily looks at you again. So they didn't reply.
About story
What?
far flung from the city.
Hmm. It is a Stoyan countryside. People are strange, you know. Don't like people very much. Don't like strangers.
I'll avoid blowing.
Uh-huh. Maybe they don't open the gate at all and we have to stay out here in the rain, in the cold, with all the raving and ravenous undead. Who want to suck your blood and drink the marrow from your bones. So like kinda, he like peers at you from like the corner of his eye. You can see the little fang glinting. Surely they will rip us to shreds, Lawrence.
Fine, I'll break down the door. He's just pulling up his sleeve.
Lawrence, you look up at the huge gate.
Think about like how much damage I'm gonna need to do to this gate to blow it open.
Uh-huh.
I'm realizing lightning arc in the rain is probably not a good idea.
Ah!
I think guiding bolt is pretty good, but it's gonna go straight through this wood. And it's just gonna be a hole, like a small hole. It's like a guiding bolt is like a pretty precise shot.
Yeah.
And then I'm
It
like, what?
is.
Gonna have to take a crowbar and fucking crowbar it open, big enough for me and Vasily. No, sorry, me, Vasily, and both the horses.
Yeah, if you lightning arch, you could probably take out the entire town,
It's true. Maybe that would solve our problem.
including yourself and your horses.
Be strong for my own good.
As you are considering your options, the
Probably undead guards anyway. Probably not to go get someone human.
there is a squeaking and grinding sound as a smaller, almost like a cutout of the large gate opens. There's like a door inside of the gate, and it like opens just a little bit. Eyes glint in the dark.
Nudge Vasily and point.
Hello? Salute! What do you want? What the...
We're
They ask it first in Estoyan, and then when there's no immediate reply, they also ask in Imperial Norm.
Lawrence will say, we're here on church business.
Uh,
Might we come inside?
I'm not supposed to let people in. What if you're infected?
In fact, Lawrence raises his eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
With the pox?
The hunger.
Blink.
I sure am hungry.
Vasily, not the time. Tell me about this hunger. What is it? Is this the reason why the church has not come into contact with us for some time?
I don't know nothing about that.
Exactly. Let us inside and we will bring a all be sorted out. Don't you worry. But tell me about this hunger now, so I know what to expect.
I mean, the hunger is the hunger. Kills the living. Makes the dead come back. But, like, bad, you know?
Bad. What of your lady? What of the lady of this land? What is she doing about this?
I mean, we're raiding.
Wait, what did he say?
She said we're waiting. You know?
Blink. Waiting for her aid. Miss Vasily. Maybe this must have been the issue was mentioned. How long has this hunger been a thing?
There's silence for a few moments as the eyes like almost like disappear, and then they come back again. Half a year. I mean, then we receive. Well, yeah.
Then we received what?
I mean, we. She like rubs her arm.
Don't worry, I'm freezing here as well.
Where's the name? I mean, then the help came, and now it's like a bit better, but still not like not good.
What kind of help? What did she send? What did she send?
Well, there's someone came for the hospital. Well, the sick bay, the church, whatever. I mean, I guess you're not infected because you're like talking and not like trying to eat me, so you might as well just, I guess, just.
Thank you.
I will like, I'm not afraid of like bashing you over the head if I have to. Okay, just keep your distance, I guess.
That's fine.
All right, good. Just
I'm not
yeah.
afraid of you bashing me over the head either.
Vasily makes a tusking sound.
Lawrence will wait for her to open the gate so we can get the horses in. 'Cause I'm assuming we can't get them through the little side door.
No. The side door closes. The latch is once again like triple latched. And then the big gate opens just a little bit. Several
did you
humanoid shapes there.
Does Vasily speak Draconic?
Oh.
Castellan.
Let me double check.
I know he doesn't speak Celestial or Water Leaper.
No, he does not. He does not speak those languages.
Alright. She closes the door and it's like, Vasily, I will be Marisha and you will be...
Vivat.
Your secret name.
You willing?
Well, it's like a pen name, you know? Thought you authors like that kind of stuff. Siege is taken, by the way.
What about Vittorio? I think this name suit me.
Sleep
Hello, I'm Vittorio. Yeah, I think this is it.
Let's blinks. Okay.
Smiles.
Lance smiles back, defeated. and then we'll wait for them to open the door and then go inside.
Right. And she pulls open the gate, and you begin to lead your horses forward towards it. Some things immediately become evident. The village inside is rather large, spacious, but there are more walls right behind this wall. It's almost like the entire town has been sectioned off into wall upon wall upon wall.
Like a citadel.
Yes, but then on like a miniature scale.
Yeah.
So there's a stout outer stone wall, and then there's like several walled little things. The buildings do not have any windows on the lower floors.
This is
There's no
built like
people
a
outside.
fortress. What the hell? Why was it built like?
And there's hardly any people outside, but the people that you do see is the female voice, the origin of the female voice, which appears to be a dwarf of the woman variety.
No, those don't exist.
And beside her stand these tall constructs, kind of ramshackle looking, I would say. They are definitely not like unit levels of pristine and well polished. There's some springs sticking out here and there, and some of them like twitch as they move. And one of them is smoking slightly as it is standing in the rain.
Poor little fuse box, McGee.
So,
I'm Mauritius.
Good day to you.
Victoria. Good day to you. As I said at the door, we're here to unchurch business. We're here to go to the hospital. You called it?
Not always open to everyone. I'm not supposed to just let anyone just like in all the time, but the name is Kalta. Kalta Stone Stacker.
Lauren says, bowing, because he doesn't want to get close and get whacked over the head.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me,
You know-
why is this... Oh, why is this town a fortress? It's... everything about what I'm seeing around here it's like... It was built specifically to stop anyone from sieging. Is the undead problem here really this prolific? Surely not.
Vasily clears his throat beside you. We are right near the border with the Burak.
Ah,
My
right.
companion.
yes.
The stout woman nods in agreement. Aye. That is indeed the case.
Impressive. Right. Well, I suppose we will need to put our horses somewhere, and if you have an inn, if you could please point out the direction, and we'll get a room for the night, then head for the church.
All right.
I don't actually know what time it is.
It's like the middle of the fucking night. No, actually, it's like the middle of the day, but it feels like the middle of the night because it's still dark.
Yeah, Lawrence also just kind of woke up from his nap. He doesn't really know how long it's been.
Yeah, it's like, where are we? We have a public house. That would be perfect. Says Vasily quickly.
No, it's not. Out of his depth.
Alright. Altha will lead you guys from one gate to the next. To a cavern located quite close by the front gate called the Quiet Maid in the story. Perhaps it is the single bright spot that you've seen so far of this utterly dreary town. Because here is good music, the smell of food, and also, for the first time, a larger number of people.
Where are the dwarves?
Let me see how many dwarves this town has. Oh, there's a
Yeah.
couple of them. There's a couple of them. The population of this town is about 170 in total. There's a couple of dwarves. I'll show you the actual layout of Vagwool. But I think with you and Vasily, going in here, that is a good moment to end this scene for now.
Very well.
I kind of wanted to do more, but I think maybe we should just pick up things on Friday with everyone else. Because tomorrow's an early work day again.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to keep going. But yeah, we can end it off and then.
I'm also happy to keep going, but my future self will not be happy to keep going. I guess that's why we have 2 sessions this week.
But your future self doesn't exist right now, so. It's
Yeah,
true.
but it does in the
So-
future, and I have to be kinder to her.
Very true. Very true.
You'll speak
It is very
yourself.
true. No. It is fine. In a couple of days, it is time again. And we can just pick it up where we left off.
The countdown for Friday starts now.
It does indeed. Is it Friday yet?
I
We're
think
working up
so.
to it.
Yeah. Must be Friday somewhere, right? That's how it works.
Uh-huh. Alright. For now, I thank you guys for being here. I wish Mark a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thanks
I
for
kept
running up.
talking like the last 5 minutes while we were closing, but I was muted, so I talked to myself.
Oh, Mark, no!
Me,
Yeah.
myself, and I.
Do, 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 do. Alright. We will see you guys soon.
See you all on Friday. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
Good
Ciao, ciao.
night.
Good night.